Hallelujah. The boys are back in town.
Uh-oh. Look who's here, baby. We missed it, I think. Oh, we rushed it, but we got there. Yo, baby. Yes, sir. What's up, everybody?
What's good?
Oh. It's the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and the homie Manny Ruffin.
Get it, man.
Oh, just another day, another dollar clocking into work. Powered by Dimers, as always. Gotta love these guys. So I did Twin Spires. Sorry, Jason, if you're not happy with this one. I'm going to do Caesars Sportsbook. You guys got 1 week, okay? One more week to sign up to Caesars Sportsbook. If you bet $100 on football during the month of September, which again is one more week, you will receive a $150 gift card to the NFL Pro Shop to get yourself a free jersey. To put that into perspective, jerseys are $120 to $150 if you want the Color Rush jersey. So literally, guys, you're literally getting a free jersey. Sign up to Caesars Sportsbook using code ALLDAY at sign up for a risk-free bet up to $5,000. Like I said last week, it's not a $5,000 bet. You don't have to do that, right, Manny? You can bet responsibly.
You bet 20, you bet a little 50.
Maybe 5. Okay?
I can't confirm nor deny that take.
So here's the thing. The reason why I'm pressing this is because if you sign up using the code ALLDAY, you get the $5,000 risk-free bet up to $5,000.
Absolutely.
So you bet the $100 to get the free jersey.
Yep.
And then if it loses, you get it back to rebet it again.
Yep.
And regardless if that loses and you don't make any money,
what is that?
You get a free jersey. Boom! Bang! Nicely done, sir. Oh my goodness. Okay, ad deal is done. We have a show to do. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Bo Wagner interview. It did very, very well. And you guys were able to see this guy in real time. Saw what he looked like.
I do have an objection to make. 88% of you fuckers that watched that video were not subscribed. Hit that fucking subscription. Hit that like button.
Link
hit
in bio if you're watching on YouTube.
Don't do us like that. Don't just watch our shit for an hour and not subscribe. You can't do that. We do this every fucking week. We're back in the office today. Let's get it.
Let's go. I mean, we're killing the game today.
Let's get it.
It is a very, very, very dull Thursday afternoon. Okay, it's very dull, stormy.
We might lose power. Thursday night football tonight.
Thursday night football. We might lose power. We were supposed to have a guest today. We got left out to dry like cold turkey. It's almost like when you're grilling a really nice turkey breast or chicken breast, and then you just fuck it up and it comes out really dry. That's what we felt today, but it is okay. The show must go on. The fellas must be ready, and we are here. Manny, tell me what we're doing today.
Let's get it. So today we have some hot takes to start you boys off with. I then have some public apologies to make to some players and organizations in the league. I will take some time on that. Then we have a big football game on Sunday. Buccaneers taking on the Rams. And now I like the Rams, the little home dogs. We'll get into it.
Let's go,
we have
baby.
a nice show for you guys prepared today.
Hot takes, and I have my takes right here on the paper. Okay. So we are going to start. We put this on Twitter and Instagram. We do this every week. We've been laying off it for a little bit as we had some guests come on and other ththings like that. But we are back to hot takes. So for the first one on Twitter, my uncle Michael Costello, keeping the family in there, is at Cos5280 on Twitter. His hot take is Ryder Cup standouts. Okay, so the Ryder Cup is obviously this weekend. This will be going up in day 2. So you guys will see this on Saturday. It's Thursday right now. So it's at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. We knew that the PGA Championships have been there in the past years. One thing that I want to talk about a little bit is something to take note of that some of you may not know is the 11th hole at Whistling Straits has been changed from a par 5 to a par 4. So the other thing that I want you guys to take some note here if you're going to bet is it's going to be a big long hitter day, okay? So these guys that can hit the long ball, Bryson, right? Everybody knows he can he's going to be a long driving guy now.
That big
so
stick out.
There's the rough is very, how should I put this? Low, okay? So it's not really, I guess you might not classify it as a traditional rough. So regardless, if you can just hit the long ball, you don't penalize yourself with, maybe going over out of bounds or where you have to punch out and take your medicine to lose a stroke, you're going to do just fine. So look for guys like Bryson, maybe look for guys like Brooks, okay? And put your money on the long ball hitters. There was a stat that I was reading from theathletic.com that Jason Day, when he won his PGA Championship back in 2015, his driver was immaculate off the tee, and that's what really helped him excel and win that championship in that weekend back in 2015. So we also can look at our standouts here because you can bet for the Ryder Cup. You can bet on top point scorers, right? So you're playing in a match style and different types of formats, and you get a point for if you win or not. So when you want to bet a winner, I think the leader right now for most points is Justin Thomas at plus 600 to get the most points. So I would think to do that. But what I'll say to that is you want to find guys that are playing in all of the days, right? So they're like you're only playing, if you're playing all weekend, pick those guys because obviously it just makes more sense. Probability wise, chance wise, you'd have more of a chance to win when guys are playing the full weekend to get the most amount of points to get that bet, right? And then you have your standouts, right? So the team, if you're looking at Team USA right now, they have 6 Ryder Cup rookies on this team, and one of them is a guy that we've mentioned a couple times on the show, and that's Colin Morikawa. So that could be your standout as maybe a top rookie. But it's definitely going to be a fun weekend. We haven't had a tournament like this where we can lock in. I know there's your diehard golf fans that are putting it on every single weekend, nice. But then you have those guys, oh, well, the Masters is on or BMW Championship's on. Oh, I'll toss it on then. So to have a tournament like this is really exciting. And then obviously on the other side, Jon Rahm, obviously we know what he's been capable of. So look for him too as a top point scorer over there on Europe as well. So that's really what I got on the Ryder Cup. Not too much there, but definitely going to be an exciting weekend. And again, just the moral of the story that you should take away from this recap of this hot take is look at the long ball hitters. They will excel during this weekend. I think,
and I'm going to go a different direction here. I mean, I like Dustin Johnson coming in this weekend. And
you did say that to me.
Whoa, he's been playing like shit lately. Exactly. And this is my thought process behind it. This is not a tournament where it's just me. I have a team of absolute studs players everywhere. They're going to be building me up after every shot, talking to me a little bit here and there, giving me tidbits, giving me little tips. I think DJ, because once he hits a couple shots, that man gets hot. He can hit the driver, but it's not necessarily one of those long ball guys. But he can hit with them, and he's good. He's good with his second shots. I think what you said about the rough not being too crazy, I think that's good for a guy like Dustin Johnson. I think he has a good weekend. That's my standout for the Ryder Cup, just because he hasn't been doing so well. It's kind of a hot take, but I think he does fine.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'll mention too is Spieth and Thomas pairings too. So those guys have obviously, you guys have hopefully seen the pictures of them as young bucks. So that chemistry has never been lost. And when there's two of them get to play together as a team on the same team,
it's special.
It's going to be special and deadly for other guys watching and competing. Okay, so let's go to our next one. That was our only one on Twitter, and we have a couple on Instagram here. Justin Ross, our Pancras boy.
My fucking guy.
Shout out Justin Ross. His on Instagram is Justin Ross, but the O in Ross is a 6. His hot take is the Panthers will lock in their playoff berth with a win Thursday night. And that game will be tonight against the Houston Texans. I don't know where he's getting this because they are playing the Texans. Do you think he's saying that because he has faith in Sam Darnold?
Slow the fuck down. Okay, let's just slow down. We're taking deep breaths together in the week 2 reactions. We're going to take more deep breaths here. I will say this. The Panthers start off 3-0 tonight with the win over the Texans. It's looking really good for them because if you break down this NFC playoff kind of race or how it's going to shake out, 3 teams from the NFC West are going to make it. You got the divisional winner. Then the next 2 after that, I'm saying the Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks are easily in the playoffs this year. Okay, there's 3 wild card spots now with the playoffs how it's set up. There's one more team that needs to have the next best record, and that's you're looking at teams like the football team. And then if the Panthers start off 3-0, you got to put them in there. Who else are we gonna throw in there? We're not gonna throw the Saints in there. The Eagles, come the fuck on. We know the Cowboys are gonna win that division, so it's not a bad look. It's not gonna be easy for the Panthers because if they start off 3-0 today, that's another thing. The teams are gonna start playing them like they're a really good fucking football team, which they are. There's no more flying under the radar and shit. They're not a bad look. I could see them sneaking in there as the last seed. It's not a. I'm not selling this, but I'm not buying it either. It's not a bad look at all. I think they can sneak in there, but I'm hyped to watch them as the year goes on.
Yeah, I don't necessarily understand it.
Okay.
I understand.
When you break it down though, if
well, that's what I was gonna say. When you break it down like that, yes, you're looking at the fact that there's not really many other NFC teams to put into that category. So yes, that does make sense, Justin.
That third wild card team could be the football team.
But again, we gotta understand the year that Sam Darnold had last year, and
oh my god,
we gonna see? Hold on a second. Are we gonna see a Sam Darnold from the Jets maybe crawl out of that hole that he's in.
This is what it is with Sam Darnold.
Carolina.
Sam Darnold finally has a competent coaching staff. He's in a way better organization. And you know how before with the Jets, it was Sam Darnold was like, okay, it is like 70% bad. Then that little last 30% of good is pretty fucking good. I think nowadays he's gonna flip. Where it's like, okay, Sam Darnold, you're 65%, 70% good, and it's really fucking good. And you still have, you're still Sammy D. So we still have that 30, 25% that's not so great. I think he's fine, though, personally. I think he's fine.
Yeah. He has Robbie Anderson there now as well. He's got some, obviously, C-Max there. So they have a good team. They have a good threshold built around them. But, I think a lot of this take was built around the fact that they're playing the Texans, who are without, TT
and they
today.
played the Jets and they played the Saints.
Yeah, so
we got to see some more from the
Saints was good, but yeah, I think the moral that we can take away from this is we have to see a little bit more than playing some bum-ass teams.
They are on the radar.
Teams. Okay,
they are on the radar.
Maybe. Okay, Devin Lott sent us 2. So Devin Lott is Devin_Lott on Instagram, and he's got 2. The first one is Joe Burrow is going to go down as a bust when his career is over. I'll let you go on this one first.
What the fuck are you? This is one of those takes where you just see it and you're just like, all right, guy.
Well, they are called hot takes for a reason.
They are hot takes. I just want to know where this originates from. I think I do know. I'm pretty sure you probably had the Bengals spread on Sunday. 3 straight picks probably had you feeling some type of way. But how did he bounce back from those? With 2 straight touchdowns. Joe Burrow can throw the football. He is a football player. We've seen this for plenty of years. He has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins around him, Joe Mixon there. He has weapons. He has no protection. I mean, God damn it, he has no breeze.
Well, look what he did in LSU with protection.
He is sitting in the pocket with the ripped condom. What is he supposed to do?
Oh, my God.
He has no protection. I can't say Joe Burrow's a bust. That's a good fucking football player.
Well, so I can't either because look at him when he had protection, right? So look at him at LSU, and he had all that time.
Holy fuck.
And one of the things, and I've said this on this podcast before when we've brought up Joe Burrow, one of the things that was so just spectacular about his game is when he was at LSU and the play was looking like it was going to be nothing, he somehow turned nothing into something. He would roll out of the pocket,
still make all the
do
throws.
a couple little shimmies, and then somehow find an open receiver downfield. And he kept the drives alive on 3rd and 12, on 3rd and 8, on 3rd and 6, and plays like that. So he is capable of doing that, again, when you have the protection. Maybe am I backing the not having a line because I'm in the same boat with my team? But it is a true statement.
It's a true fucking statement.
So I can't put Burrow in that category. I know LSU bettors are just in love with this guy, and how can you not? how can you not be? So I think as time moves on and we see what the season looks like, I think we also have to remember the fact that this is the Bengals. Okay.
Yep.
So
absolutely,
you can't blame this. This is like sticking Joe Burrow on the Jets and saying, "Oh, he's trash."
Absolutely.
I mean, that makes no sense. So, okay, the second one from Devin is, again, Devin_Lott on Instagram. Sixers are better off letting Ben get fined for not showing up than settling for a bad trade.
Okay. Now, listen, I don't not agree with this take because the trade offers we're getting now for Ben are absolutely fucking dog shit. I mean, I don't want, you can get John Wall in 2 first. That's decent. I don't love that. John Wall's getting up there in age. He's going to get fined out of the ass if he doesn't show up in 26 days. Or no, 26 days is when it's the opening day. So he has to show up. I mean, I don't know when exactly shit starts, but he has to show up pretty fucking soon. He's going to start losing some money. Daryl Morey's not an idiot. He's one of the best GMs we have in this league. He can figure this thing out. I put my trust in this man. Realistically, what I want to see is I want to see Ben come back, play for the Sixers on opening night, play maybe a couple weeks, raise his stock up, make some plays, then move him along nicely. I don't think we can get something that's going to improve this team. I mean, I don't know if we can get anything to improve this team, period, with this Ben Simmons situation, but to maximize his trade value, we have to sit here and let him wait for a little bit. I mean, it's just the unfortunate situation that we're in. I mean, you fucking hear Doc Rivers hopping on First Take and Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, and like he's acting like he's pleading to get him back. I mean, the messages seem like they're written from his fucking PR guy. Like, no, we can win the title with Ben Simmons. It's over. It's over. Try to get what we can from him. Hopefully, he can play a couple games, raise his draft stock, but it's not a good situation, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give Devin some credit here because this makes sense.
Yes,
this is right. Because why would somebody who's a Sixers fan like yourself, like Devin, like a lot of these people that are listening, why would you want to settle for a bad trade when you, to your point, you can get some good stock for this guy, and
he has to come and play well,
and you can get draft picks. I mean, the original thought process when they were trading him was we're gonna get some first rounders. Yep. You can get another point guard, maybe get a shooting guard out of this. This can make a lot of sense. So I think doing this in the offseason doesn't make sense because everybody's been trashing him in the offseason.
Right.
And everybody who's been a basketball fan knows the hate.
I
that he's
don't know
received.
if you heard too that the Nets are fucking us. We were going to try to trade Ben Simmons for Kyrie, a couple
I
of
saw
other
that.
picks in
I
there.
heard about that.
And they can't make it happen because KD won't let that happen. KD, it'll still be you and James Harden. It is okay, but you don't want him to come to the Sixers because that's going to be bad too. Kyrie and Joel Embiid. I mean, holy fucking shit.
Okay, hold on a second. So for that point, you would we saw that apparently Kyrie didn't like his time with LeBron.
Yep.
So if you can't work with the GOAT, then
Don't even. I mean, he works fine with KD, bro. I think it's just a matchup of personalities. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to dig something for you.
Yeah, I know, but LeBron, you know, LeBron's a fucking GM. He's the coach too.
Yeah,
he's the fucking strength.
No, but I was saying, if you can't work with him, then you look at Embiid, and I think it's also Embiid's play style. Kyrie wants to be the handler, and you see how
be the handler. We're just gonna run pick and rolls all fucking day. Joel, you think Joel Embiid's gonna bring? Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. There's nothing there. It's okay.
All right,
It's okay.
all right. I'll quit it. But yes, back to my previous point here. You are right on this, Devin. Just because I think the fine will, to your point here, as we full circle this here. When he gets fined, he will have to be forced to come back and play. Exactly. He'll play for those first couple weeks. Hopefully, if best case scenario, perfect world, he plays well, gets the stock up, and then they send him on his way. So I think that all kind of relates in itself and could possibly work out for the Sixers. Now we'll go to Eric Bilbro, simply on Instagram, Eric_Bilbro. This is kind of funny, and this is why we like this segment, because we get people that, like this, really send out a hot take. And this says, Ben Simmons retires. Host Jeopardy.
I mean, listen, it's not.
Eric. Thank you, buddy.
Listen, if you can't take on the fans in the NBA and the locker rooms and people on your ass, Jeopardy's a fucking great spot for you. I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
I was just gonna say Aaron Rodgers.
He was looking in and doing it, and stretching his legs back and doing that instead of playing football. It's not a bad deal. And if you want to be a bitch like Ben Simmons is, that's probably a great place for you. We can all root for you.
See, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers is like, I don't know. He's comfortable with talking and doing that kind of stuff. Ben Simmons just seems like he's very conservative and laid back, and that's not his vibe. Was Eric saying this in a serious way? Absolutely not. Right? But
I mean,
we're entertaining it as much as we can.
The critics
right?
go away, the Twitter trolls go away. You still make your bag. I mean, you can look pretty on TV.
I don't know if Kendall will follow, but
I mean, she's
I don't know if she would like that.
Yeah, I mean, she's got Dev's got her by the.
Dev's got her, yeah. But that was a good one, and it is fun to see. When we're in off season and we see these types of headlines go down, because I remember this was Tuesday and I was planning a golf outing and I get this text in our show group chat with our lovely editor Tyler and Manny and the homie Sammy too.
Yes, sir.
So and there gets a text in there from Manny saying, I hate you, fucking Ben Simmons, or something like that. Like something dumb like that.
I'm gonna burn his jersey.
And I was playing in this outing, so like this, I'm like, what did I miss? So because I'm not on my phone, I'm playing this outing, whatever. I'm trying to clock in. So I look at my phone, I immediately go right to ESPN, and I see whatever the top headline is, and it's that Ben is refusing to report, and he's done with the Sixers. So
what a fucking bitch move.
And Sam had said some comments on that as well, just that. I'm done with Ben Simmons, and they could get some good things for him, but this is also not helping them, because when you be, I guess, a bitch about all this stuff, you're lowering your stock for the Sixers. Maybe, I'm not saying this, but maybe this was a plan. Oh, let me act like a fool, and then my stock will go down, and then the Sixers hating me, and then I screw them over because they did that with me.
Little James Harden situation.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's kind of like his thought process there too. I wouldn't put it past him too. I mean, I
mean, it's what James did, but I mean, fuck this guy. I'm over this.
Yeah, you've been over it. We were talking the other day about when Manny was going to get a new jersey. He doesn't know. One of his quotes, I think you said it on this podcast. You're like, I just should have got a Embiid jersey at the beginning.
I should have.
I don't know why I didn't.
Should have.
I think you said it when
I didn't want to be like everybody else. I like, listen, this guy.
See, that's me. We just had this jersey. We were talking about buying our Caesar Sportsbook jerseys. Okay, code all day. And I was like, I don't want to get a Saquon Barkley jersey just like everybody else, but that's like the coolest color rush jersey to have. I would love to get a Xavier McKinney jersey, but they don't have the the color rush in it. So, but again, that's all Jersey talk. Okay, so 2 to go. Savvy Sav, love you, brother. This is from his betting account, Wicked Betting, on Instagram. I think I said that right.
Good.
Right?
Shout out, Sav.
Shout out, Saf. What's up, baby? His hot take was Broncos, and then he had the cash emoji. What do you think that was referring to? The past 2 weeks, win against the Giants, win against the Jaguars. They covered the spread against the Jags last week. Definitely a team to look to bet on. I'm not trying to reveal too much information, but the Broncos look like they're the team to bet right now against the spread. You look, you look at their schedule. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Teddy Bridgewater and what he's been able to do as a leader on this team. So I feel that it is going to be a betting weekend for the Broncos, and that's my alliteration for the day right there, fellas.
Well, I'm going to have to rain on your parade real quick, okay? Teddy Two Gloves and the Broncos, they're doing their thing out there, bro. They're playing some good football. Cortland Sutton's playing some good football. My man Noah Fant over there playing some good football. They saw that defense over there. They're doing their thing. Now, you'll hear a coach say this in the NFL all the time. You hear players say this. You play who you're scheduled. Okay, cut you some slack. You got the fucking Giants. I mean, we know who they are.
Yep.
We know exactly.
Should have been a win, though.
We know exactly who they are. You get the Jaguars. We know exactly who they are. Now they have the Jets. I'm going to give out my own hot take on this segment called Hot Takes that the Jets will cover that 10-point spread on Sunday. Guaranteed.
Okay. How the hell? Hold on a second.
The books are starting to adjust. The Bucs are starting to adjust to this Broncos team. Okay, we might have a pretty good football team here. They're not that great. We know people are going to fucking jump over and bet them because they are 2-0 against the spread the first 2 weeks. People are going to be flying to go bet the Broncos this weekend. I think the Bucs sweep up.
Now, that's to Bo's point of following the money, right?
Yep.
So if everyone's going to the Broncos, then, we go to the Jets, right? Makes sense, clearly. How can you say that, though, after what we just saw from Zach Wilson last week?
Okay,
right?
I'll give you my take on that as well. Zach Wilson comes in the league first 2 weeks. He probably felt a lot of fucking pressure. He's playing for the Jets. They fucking suck. He has 2 awful football games. I mean, we got to remember we're throwing to our guys, Zach, our guys. Once we get that cleared up, pretty sure that's going to be a point of emphasis this week in the film room. Our guys, Zach, okay?
Yeah.
We have nothing to lose now. People think, quotations, think you suck, Zach. You don't.
Prove wrong.
Anyone who knows football knows you don't. You're a good football player. There's no more pressure. This game is not at the crib. I don't think. No, I think it is in Rutherford, actually. It might be at MetLife. But either way, there's no pressure. No one expecting anything of you anymore. Go out there, hang your hat, play some good football versus a team that people swear is amazing. I think the Jets make this a 7-6, maybe 4-point game.
I don't see that.
But I mean, for the Broncos,
listen,
the Broncos aren't a bad team. Their next 6 games, we'll see who they are because it's
the same with the Panthers.
I have it written down right here. The next 6 games, they go Ravens, Steelers, Raiders, Browns, football team, Cowboys. We will see exactly.
We're in the same boat here with the Panthers.
We will see exactly who they are.
This is why I'm saying this about Zach Wilson and the Jets versus the Broncos here. Okay, so a lot of the guys were like, "Oh my God, Daniel Jones, let's go." We finally need you to have a good year. You have to have a good year, or else we don't know what may be in store for your future. Comes out 0 line, 0 edge rushers. Von Miller's right out the gate, bang every time, bang. Who says that that's not going to happen to Zach Wilson? Force him to get out of the pocket. Force him to be uncomfortable. And what happened when he moved out of the pocket and felt uncomfortable throwing the ball on the run?
Well,
pick after pick after pick.
You make a good point, but I think the Denver boys are kind of smelling themselves a little bit. I mean, they probably expect to go 2-0, but I mean, the public gets on them. They're probably sniffing themselves a little bit, feeling good this weekend. They don't play as hard as they did the past 2 weeks versus the Jets. I think they sleep on them a little bit.
But again,
Jets plus 10, boys. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think you can, this isn't a stay away game. It's not. It can't be. But I think there's got to be good value on the spread. Even though
for the Broncos. For the Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even though 10's a lot.
Holy fuck.
Even though 10's a lot.
Do you want to? All right. What are we betting on this? You betting push-ups for the pod?
All right.
Loser has to.
Loser does as many points as
they lost by.
Yeah.
Oh no! Because if I cover, no, fuck that. Because if I cover by a point, you only get me 1 push-up. Fuck out of here. You're gonna owe me 20 on the reaction show.
Okay.
If the Jets cover.
All right, I spaced down there. I'll figure it out there.
Plenty of space to do that shit.
Okay.
Lock it in.
All right, we'll lock it in. All right, lock it in, guys. The handshake happened. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any new videos. Okay, so last hot take of the day and of the show. Evan Krawchuk, good to see you again on the podcast, brother.
Sir.
Coaching has obviously been well for you. I've been seeing everything you're doing. Krawchuk won on Instagram. Finally, back with the baseball takes. Bryce Harper. This is his exact quote. Bryce Harper, and then he has in capitals, will not win MVP. In parentheses, hold on a second, fellas. In parentheses, he says, it hurts to say it. I am a Yankees fan. Everybody should know that by now.
Jesus.
Fucking
pinstripe pussies go.
I think, and again, I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm saying that Bryce Harper will win MVP.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely. Great
maybe, again, okay, this is hot takes, right? That's what it's called, right? It says that on my paper here. It says hot takes. So maybe that's a hot take where it's like, you know what? My name's Evan. I am a Phillies fan, but my hot take is that he doesn't get it. Because I think his line jumped. Cat tweeted about it.
I was about to. This is where I'm coming in here.
Go ahead.
You could not have picked a worse time to say this hot take. A couple days ago, we recorded on
Maybe
Tuesday.
2 weeks ago.
If we recorded on Tuesday, you submit this hot take on Monday, it looks way better. But literally, the day you tweet this, about a couple hours pass by, Bryce Harper goes from a plus 200 dog to win MVP to a minus 200 favorite. So you couldn't have picked the worst time to tweet
Funny.
this.
Maybe he...
Also,
shitty.
I understand Fernando hit his 40th home run the other night. I don't know if that was last night. Or the night. I think it might have been last night when they were down 8-2 and he hit a bomb that didn't mean anything. On the other side, Bryce Harper seems to hit a home run every fucking third day. That means a lot. We also are a game and a half up with them in the wild card race. They've been playing a horrible baseball. We're only 3 games back of the Braves in the division. I mean, if he keeps this surge going where he seems to be one of the only 5 productive players on this Philadelphia Phillies team, there's no reason why he shouldn't win MVP. We had a couple episodes ago, I kind of went into it deeper with the advanced stats and all that shit. I'm not a big advanced stat guy, but they have a time and place.
You're not a numbers guy?
Not I'm a numbers guy, but not too much of an advanced stat guy. But I mean, the numbers align. I mean, the big hits align. He's making plays in the field. He gunned somebody out from fucking right field the other day. I mean, he is the MVP. Books are seeing it now. Public's seeing it now. My guy Bryce gonna win MVP. We'll have something to be able to hang our hats on this season, Phillies fans. It's not all pain. It's not all pain.
Not all pain. So yeah, I'm just gonna, like I said, I didn't have much to say on it. He's a winner here. I think it's fitting how he said that, where went from minus 200, and Cap did tweet this. I think he called it. He had tweeted something saying he liked the odds when they were like plus 100 or before it changed. Then literally like a day and a half later, he had like 3 separate tweets. So it was like after like a day, he tweeted again how it moved, and then like another half of the day went by, and he tweeted again, and basically just saying like these odds are switching. Like this is this is messed up. I mean,
Right.
like we're getting screwed here because. Like that's how fast it changed. I mean, literally like the snap of your fingers. He has a big game. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is, I mean, he's been doing this since the All-Star break.
Right.
Why has it not? Like, are you really that high on Tatis that his line hasn't moved at all like that? I don't know, but
You see that little argument him and Machado got into in the dugout the other day?
yes, that was the coolest thing. I think, and I saw this. I forget who was talking about this on ESPN. It might have been Keyshawn J and Max, but I'm not positive on this. But they were talking about, it might have been ESPN radio or something like that. I forget who was talking about this, but they were saying, whoever it was saying that they're going to look back on this, and like these two are going to look back on this maybe in 2 to 3 years if they make that World Series run, or if they make it to, down far DS, CS, they make it all the way there. Be like, okay, we can look at that moment right there, where this is where we developed as a team.
Right.
Our bond got closer, our chemistry got tighter, and it ultimately resulted in better layout and chemistry of the whole team. So
I'm going to be honest.
those were not my words, but I can see that happening.
What had happened in that situation, Manny was in the right. I mean, Tatis was 100% in the wrong. If you don't know, basically he had a third call strike and a close game. We're in the wild card race. We're playing the Cardinals. They're the team that's in the wild card. He starts arguing. His coach comes out, keeps arguing, gets the coach thrown out. Machado goes back to the bench. Machado tells him, what the fuck are you doing? We need our coach. You can't be going on. It's not all about you, basically. I think Manny's 100% right. If you know baseball, play baseball, how it works, you kind of need your manager in those situations. I mean, there's games in fucking June you can afford to get thrown out, but not now.
Especially in the circumstance that they're in right now.
Exactly.
Right?
I think it's really cool that Manny kind of takes on that role of mentor Tatis, because I think Manny sees a lot of himself in Fernando when he was a young bull. Because if you look back at it, I mean, Manny kind of was a guy that he's a little bit of a hothead. It's kind of all about Manny.
We saw that back in Baltimore.
And you can say that about Tatis. So I like that dynamic they have if he's kind of his pops and all that. But I think Tatis is kind of fighting it right now. But when he stops fighting, that team will be.
Well, I like that comparison a lot, because you look at Manny when he was, he was a little hot-headed because he was the best on a really shitty team.
And what's Tatis?
Right? So Tatis, before all these moves made and
Exactly.
and all these pitchers came in and Machado got there, Tatis was a very, 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 very good ball player on a really shitty team, right? Like, no one was going to those day games in San Diego when they had, those ugly blue and tan jerseys. Nobody gave a shit about the Padres. And it was the same about the Orioles. And I guess you can say that now because they still suck just as bad. But the comparison makes a lot of sense. I do like that one. Before we get out of this hot takes, I had an argument with my brother the other day about MVP race. And it was actually when we were down the shore. And he was saying that it was with Ohtani and Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that there's no way that Vlad doesn't get it. And I was like, I mean, you can't tell me that. Like, you can't, right? You can't. Ohtani's getting it not only because of his bat, but because he's a pitcher.
Exactly.
I mean, like, literally, like, there's no, I've said this already before. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, there's nothing else to say. He's on the mound pitching, and he's hitting rakes, just like Vlad is.
I
so
think
what's the confusion?
One thing that's
all there is to say.
Because in the first half of the year, Shohei wasn't pitching that well. He was pitching, but he wasn't pitching that well. The second half of the year, I've seen his stats. Shohei's been fucking balling on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
Not crazy, but for someone who does both, he's been balling on the mound and still doing his thing as Shohei does everywhere around else on the fucking baseball field.
Right.
Vlad is having an amazing year, but he was going to need a second half fallout from Ohtani to take that MVP from him.
Yeah.
Ohtani hasn't been out of this world in the second half, but the fact that he's been pitching better, pitching really well, and still doing this thing everywhere else, I mean, it's
a tough comparison.
It's tough.
It's honestly, in my eyes, it's a losing battle. Yeah. If you're Vlad, how the hell? Now look, does he care about that? Maybe not so much. Right. He wants to get into the playoffs, right? But how do you compete with that? If you're Vlad and you're sitting there, you're like, if he was so, let's say he was so hung up on the MVP race, right? He's sitting there like, I can't. I mean, I'm not pitching, so how do I, this is a whole different category. Mm-hmm. How the hell am I going to be put in the same category as an MVP race when he's basically getting, let's say it's, for example speaking, let's say he's getting double the reps of mine.
Yep.
So how do I, it's just like, when you're a scout looking at all these players coming in, these guys, it's like, you're looking at a cornerback, but then you're also looking at a wide receiver who also plays safety. He's getting double the reps.
Listen, committee, I just hit for 2 home runs the other night, but so did Shohei Ohtani hit a bomb and a double. Then the next day he came out and pitched 5 innings that were scoreless with 6 Ks. I can't compete with that.
Right?
I can't fucking compete! I just can't fucking compete! Can you get the fuck out of my face?
It's stupid to say. I don't really have words for it because I'm like, do you put this in the same category? Like, how do you, because if he was shitty at pitching, it'd be so easy,
something we
right?
haven't seen in so long.
Right. I mean, if he was bad at pitching, it would be a whole different story. But you look at it and you're like, well, he's good at this and he can hit. So it's 2 versus once again, it's 2 versus a guy that's just hitting. So obviously the big number beats the little number. So even if he was it just helps his case more that he's good at pitching. Right. That's literally what it is. But I just had to bring that one up because we were talking about Bryce and Tatis. Okay, that's it for hot takes. We'll see you guys for hot takes hopefully next week, depending on who comes on the show. We might have somebody sitting next to us next week, so that would be pretty cool.
You never know.
You never know. Maybe we'll get to
always got some up these sleeves here all day, every day.
But we might get cold turkey, so you never know about that.
Don't put that in the
any fucking way. Moving on to our Sunday games here. This is not yet.
Hold on. I have some apologies.
Okay, sorry, guys.
I have some apologies.
So I'm gonna give Manny the floor here. He has some apologies to make. I'm gonna make some comments, and then we're gonna go briefly go over this Bucs and Rams 425 game on Fox.
Don't usually do this. Okay, I might make it a thing because I do have some takes and I show people some shade, and I mean it's all warranted shade. I need to first and foremost apologize to Daniel Jones. Daniel, you are a dog in a very bad, very nasty, very dirty playpen. I feel terrible for you. Joe Judge is not that guy. Jason Garrett is running a 2003 offense. I haven't seen this much fucking 12 personnel since I played Madden 04.
All right. I mean, that might be a true statement because
They need to spread that guy out more.
Sorry for the ASMR.
They need to spread that guy out more. Let him show his arm talent. I mean, at full speed, he's just as fast as Lamar fucking Jackson. He broke 2 very nice runs in that Thursday night game. He does his thing. I mean, yes.
Which the one was not a goddamn hold.
Yes.
Okay,
yes. The turnovers and all, and I am going to admit I haven't had the chance to go through Game Pass and look at every single one of Daniel Jones' turnovers. Okay, but I will say that I can guarantee you, Alex, and you watch every fucking Giants game closely. A good 60% of those have to be almost on the O-line. Him having to throw that ball too early, get hit as he throw, take a fucking blindside shellacking, and the ball comes out. But that's a Daniel Jones turnover. Am I not? Am I on the right ballpark here?
Yeah, I mean, it ultimately, at the end of the day, regardless of that, it's on his stat sheet, so he's going to get penalized for it any day.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help. I mean, you have Slayton, you have Kenny Galladay, you have Sterling Shepard.
Oh, here he goes. I know where this is going.
Why are we not spreading this team out more? We're running all these 2 tight end sets under center. We have 2 wideouts out. You're not putting your guys in the position to win. Even Saquon. Get in the gun. Run some inside zones. You keep trying to fucking jam Saquon through the B gap, and that shit's not fucking working, Jason. How about you? He's not Zeke. Okay, he's better than Zeke. He's a different type of running back. Get him in some zone concepts. Let the holes develop as he gets the ball 2-3 yards in the backfield. Let him make a quick little move and then hit it. They're not helping him out. And not helping Saquon is also not helping Daniel Jones look worse. Daniel Jones is a fucking dog. I'm not ready to say he's going to be a top 5 quarterback in this league one day and all this shit. I'm not going to throw that out there.
Yeah, it's too early. We're just saying for this season.
I'm going to tell you
that he will keep his job at the end of the year?
He will keep his job at the end of the year. Joe Judge and Jason Garrett won't.
I will differ with you there. Judge, I'm a fan of Judge. It's an old.
We're not going to beat ourselves. We're going to be a disciplined football team. What does Lawrence do?
Okay.
We beat ourselves.
I mean, you can also go back to in the Broncos game when he challenged a touchdown.
Joe, come on, bud.
When you can't challenge and review scoring plays because they're already reviewed.
There's 2 things that come to my mind. How do you play for Bill Belichick and don't have the absolute understanding of the rules front to back like it's the Bible?
Okay, listen.
Second of all,
I know why
how are you a special teams coordinator for 3 years and you lose a game on a special teams mistake? Joseph.
I will tell you why.
I can't defend you.
I will tell you why. This is why it happened, and this is the All Day Everyday Show. Anyway, so I feel like it all happened so fast because they were getting ready to set up to kick the extra point. You know how when the next play is the ball snapped in the next play that you can't challenge the play that was prior. Right? Makes sense. So I feel like they were getting ready to set up that extra point, and he's getting a lot of chitter chatter in his headphones saying, I think his foot was out at the 1. His right foot may have touched the white line. If you're going to do it, you got to do it now. But again, if that's true, I don't know this, okay? This is just a thought on why this would have happened. If that was true, if that is actually something that could have possibly happened, then that just goes to show that all the guys that were talking to Joe in his headset, and including Joe, didn't realize that in that moment you cannot challenge a scoring play.
I mean, that is just,
Now, do they know this outside the fact? Yes. What is the heat of the moment? Holy shit. Like, we need these.
Crowd's kind of rumbling a little bit.
We need these 6 points. We can't let up these 6 points. I get that, okay? But yes, I thought you were going to bring up, what pains me is we got to start utilizing as the Giants here. Jason Garrett.
What is that offense?
You got to start utilizing the weapons that you have, okay?
Well, I mean,
why is Tony not getting used right now? I'm not.
Kadarius Toney as well.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
And Kenny Galladay comes out and says he wasn't yelling at Daniel Jones. He was yelling at Jason Garrett. That looks worse.
I like that though because as a fan of the New York Giants.
Listen, as a fan, okay, I understand you like that better than him yelling at Daniel Jones. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I was gonna say that I hate Jason Garrett too. I thought his ass should have been gone, last year too.
As I've played on some good football teams and I've played on some fucking bad football teams. All my guys out there who listen know exactly what teams I'm fucking talking about. when you're a coach and you lose your team or lose a couple key players that early, getting to meetings, some guys are coming in late, they're walking in the hallways like, yeah, this dude fucking Jason, yeah, he has some 12 personnel for the third week in a row. This guy's a fucking idiot. You can't lose a team like that this early. And that concerns me. That's why I had that saying that I said Joe Judge and Jason Garrett are going after this year. But I mean, I could be wrong. But I think they need to find someone that's going to let them dogs spread out and let them get loose. You have weapons. I mean, Slayton's a good fucking football player. Sterling Shepard's a damn good football player. Kenny Galladay, when he's on that fucking field, is a damn good football player. There's no reason why. I mean, you guys are putting up points and everything, and I understand. You could say, yeah, we put up 29 or 30, whatever the fuck.
Should be 14 more. Understood. Is what I will say.
Yeah, I mean, there's just better ways to utilize your talent. That's all I will say.
Yep. That's all it is. Discipline. That's what we will go to. Okay, you have another one.
I have another apology. And
go ahead.
This apology actually pains me to say.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought in my life I'd be on camera apologizing to America's fucking team. But here I am. We did our NFC predictions. And our NFC predictions, I had a lot of...
We both slept on him, by the way.
I had a lot, not the best words to say about Mike McCarthy and the boys over in Dallas. And I was saying in earlier episodes, they were getting the hype this year, and then here we fucking go. We know what happens. But, I mean, this team is a damn good football team. Got to watch them versus the Bucs. Whole road watch. I mean, they compete. Should have won that game, honestly, but you give Tom Brady too much time. They play the Chargers at SoFi. Shut that offense down. I mean, a good bit. I mean, after the first quarter and a half, I mean, that Chargers offense didn't look amazing. This team isn't bad. It's time to show him some attention. I mean, Tony Pollard gets 140 total yards. He looks like the best running back on that team. CeeDee Lamb has grown. Dak has grown. I mean, they'll show you 1 week we can throw. I mean, Kellen Moore's a fucking genius. Someone needs to pay this man handsomely after this year. Because you see 1 week, it's like, all right, we're not going to be able to run the ball versus this fucking Bucs team. Let's just throw it 58 times. You see Dak's attempts go down almost fucking 20% the next week. Adjustments. Great OC. Fucking great OC. Slept on this team. I hopefully Mike
It
McCarthy,
also helps so that he was a former quarterback. He played with them.
Yep.
So, he understands the schemes and
yep.
everything like that. He knows when because he was making those adjustments on the field, in practice, whatever. He was making those mental adjustments, right? Regardless of what the coach said, no. We can't run the ball now. We got to switch. So that's good to have a guy like that there.
Cowboys team also has some.
Jason Garrett.
Cowboys team also has some damn good players that aren't.
Learn something, buddy.
Leo Collins, 5-game suspension started last week.
Right.
Lawrence still isn't playing.
Yeah.
Foot issue.
Yeah. He's going to be out for like 6 to 8 weeks, I think.
I mean, when they come back, this is a scary team. Micah Parsons looks good off the edge. He can drop in coverage, but off the edge, he looks like a dog. Diggs is another exciting young player in this league. They got. I mean, we know the linebackers. We know who they are. We know what they do.
They definitely.
They got some dogs over there in Dallas, and I slept on them boys, and that's why I gave you a formal public apology.
Yeah, I slept on them too. I really thought it was like a Giants and a Washington, but I was, in the back of my mind, I was really thinking Washington. But obviously, I'm a fan of the Giants, so I want to say the Giants. So
that was fucking out
for the bias guys, but whatever. We'll leave the bias comments out of there. They'll resurface themselves. Okay, so the last thing we're doing today is we're going to talk a little bit about America's Game of the Week on Fox with Joe Buck and the homie Troy Aikman.
I know you guys love hearing Joe Buck do football. I know you guys do.
I actually like Joe Buck. I think he does good at baseball in the postseason. Everybody hates Joe Buck. I like Joe Buck. Okay, I was a broadcasting major, so it's cool. I like these.
You show appreciation for you guys.
Very, very true. Okay, so the Bucs and the Rams. The Rams are a very, very hot team right now. I saw Stephen A's list. I was just scrolling through Instagram. I follow him, so I saw one of his top 5 lists. And on that top 5 list, the Rams were on that list of his top 5 teams in the NFL.
Where were they, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it might have been 3 or 4.
Okay, as long as it's top 3. This is the top 3 team in football right now.
Yeah. It was not 5. It was certainly not 1. I forget what he had at 1, but it was definitely a top 3 team. I believe it was 3 out of 5. So, but yeah, this is going to be a good game. I'm excited to see what player prop I want to take. I think I'm going to go with a playoff Lenny touchdown scorer. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. I think this is going to be just a fucking hell of a football game. Both sides, you have so many players you can watch. I mean, you start with the Rams defense. Obviously, anytime Aaron Donald touches the field, you got to watch. You got Jalen Ramsey out there. I mean, that guy's a fucking dog. Probably the best tackler on the Rams.
Could we be looking at our NFC championship?
Oh, easily.
Now again, we can't say this now because you don't know how the seedings, like they could match up much earlier.
Easily.
You know what I mean? But you look at this and this could be you never know how the seedings are going to work. So, like,
Easily.
I'm not, like, don't quote me on this now because at the end of the year, they could be on the same side of the bracket. You understand? Instead of, Bucs being on this side and playing the Seahawks, and then you have the Rams over here, and then they just match each
I
other
just
up
think,
and-
like, even this game, like, for the football nerds like me, bro, this is going to be a hell of a game to watch. You got McVay's offense versus Todd Bowles' Arians defense. There's going to be a lot of motions, a lot of different personnel.
and Rams D,
a
too.
lot, Rams D, a lot of checking there. Tom Brady versus that Rams D, that chess match going. There's going to be a whole lot of chess matching going along. We might not even see everything because of what you said. This is a possible NFC Championship matchup. This is going to be a fucking hell of a game. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to
this shit.
see
So
these
excited.
guys perform, right? So we talked about in the NFL reaction show. Yes, I do like a playoff Lenny touchdown, but in the reaction show, we did
Where's
say
your Cooper Kupp guy at?
yes. So Cooper Kupp, I'm probably going to take his over in yards. I'm not going to take a touchdown this week. I will take his over in yards. I do think Robert Woods is going to get a slant.
I was going
This
to
week,
say, I think
he's
it's
gonna score.
Robert. I think this week is Robert Woods.
It's just how it
props.
works.
The first 2 weeks it's Cooper. It's
just how it
Cooper.
works.
In them defensive meetings, they're saying, okay, we're not letting Cooper Kupp beat us.
Right.
Okay, so we got Robert Woods. You might see a little bit of Deshaun Jackson this week, some more Deshaun Jackson
true.
packages down the field.
Maybe Higbee in the red zone.
Hey, I did say on
No?
Twitch that he's a top five tight end. That was a little crazy.
Yeah,
a little crazy. But I think
that was a long time ago, too. But
hey, I will give one official play.
please be where I'm thinking. Go
My
ahead.
official play. So I already gave out the Jets plus 10 on this show. My second official play, I'm taking the Rams as a dog, taking them on the money line. You have a home dog, hottest team in football right now, with something to prove. You know they're hungry. You know they know. Everyone's sleeping on them versus the Bucs. Everyone's running to take Tom Brady versus this game. I can get a home dog, LA Rams, the hottest team in football. We take those all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Every time.
Literally all day, every day.
Every time.
So I need to say this, though. I stressed this in the NFL reaction show in week 2. It dropped on Tuesday, I believe. And we said this here, and I'm going to forward this over to this podcast. We said Rob Gronkowski as a touchdown scorer, and we've seen in back-to-back weeks. Yep. So we said, why would we not think to start betting him, right?
Yep.
So that's what we're going to do. I'm going touchdown scorers in this game. Cooper Kupp over and receiving. I don't know what the hell it is, but that's what I'm going to be riding with. Playoff Lenny to score. Yes, I bet him in the Super Bowl. It was like a Barstool thing. It was like bet 100, and you get like some promotion or whatever. So it was 100, and Lenny was plus 180. So it was a huge win there. Going to be backing playoff Lenny, and I'm going to be backing Rob Gronkowski as a touchdown scorer as well. That could be a very, very nice same game parlay right there as well. And I think you should straight bet it as well. That's a little preview on that. Don't want to spend too much time on that. And look, again, last thing. There's a heavy receiving core here in Tampa.
Yep.
So which one is Ramsey going to pick? Is he going to go up after the big guy, Mike Evans, or is he going to trade off in the slot, look for Chris Godwin, maybe get a little Scotty Miller piece when he makes his post route down the right side of the field? So there's a lot to look at. Maybe go for Gronk in the red zone because there's a tight niche, field there, and that's Brady's guy. So there's watching him. Definitely keep an eye out for Ramsey this week.
No, that's a really good
Watch
point.
him bouncing
That's
around.
such a good point because Ramsey's going to be all over the fucking field in this game. He's going to be hyped up. He's going to be ready to go. You might see, like you said, you might see him in the slot. You're going to see him out wide. You might see him as that hanging little half safety, like by 7x3 off the ball. That's a little football term. Not a lot of people are going to know about that. You'll see Jalen Ramsey start moving around. I'm telling you, this game has me excited, as you guys can see. As a football nerd, just the chess match going on in this game. The players in this game. I mean, even like you get to watch Aaron Donald, and then the other side will go around. We can watch Vita Vea and JPP and the boys go crazy. I mean, I'm a big Devin White guy. This is going to be a fucking football game. I'm so excited to watch it. So excited to win money with my Rams as well and Robert Woods. So
let's go. You will hear our reactions to all of this conversation on the Bucs and the Rams in our Week 3 NFL reactions videos. That's all we got for you today. You can check out all the updates that go out on this podcast, the NFL reactions. We have Tea Party coming out next Monday. This Monday. Content. Where's
Twitch
it going?
streams are coming back.
Yes.
So we lost the cord last night. We tried to stream for you guys.
Yeah.
What was that, last night?
It was last night. We tried to stream, lost one of the cords. But yeah, so updates on all this stuff that's coming down is on the Twitter at ADED Podcast. Thank you to all the new followers. We really appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking around, and seeing what we got in store for you guys. There's a lot of stuff planned. Just keep rocking and rocking and rocking. Instagram, ADED Pod, okay? Pictures, some reels from the TikTok. Speaking of the TikTok, on our road to 1,000, I want to go live on there. I can't stop saying, I don't know what else to say about the TikTok. I want to go live. It helps you get more followers by you going live, so I need 1,000 to do so. The All Day Everyday Show on TikTok. And speaking of the live, like Manny just mentioned, if you want to see us live playing some Apex, we did Kenny's 14-man fantasy league, which we are now 1-1.
There we go.
Just All Day Everyday Show on Twitch. So we will be back to those. The last time we streamed was 2 weeks ago. I know it's been a while. I was away for a little bit last week. We're trying to figure out this whole stream situation. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Maybe we clip this. We might have a different setting for you guys for the NFL reaction show. I can't really say too much. Can't say too much more.
Hey, now something new.
But there might be something new for that we're
Always
trying
changing something
to
in this
experiment that we can get out for the best possible scenario for you guys. Okay, so you might see some tweets on that. That's why I'm saying stick to the updates. Okay, I hope
sir.
I didn't. Do we have a Snapchat or something? I'm kidding. I'm like, what else do I have to shout out? Do we have a PayPal or something? I think we do. Check the Twitch for that. I'm kidding, guys. Stop. Stay great, be great, because you fucking are. It's all fun and games here at the All Day Everyday Show. Come on, baby. You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and homie Manny Ruffin as he's doing his step back. My name is Alex Jacobs, but you can call me All Day AJ. We got a lot of paper today, so we're going to start messing around and throwing it at the camera. See you later, boys. Love ya.